Hi everybody, it's Mick Lebinskas from She's Building a Robot, and I'm speaking today with Ehi, who is in Lagos, Nigeria. Hi Ehi, how you doing?
I'm fine, Mike. Good evening. Hello,
Yeah,
everyone.
great to chat to you. And another thank you for Ian coming for introducing us. I think you were at the Travel Technology Conference and you met Ian.
Yes, please, I did.
Yeah,
I Yeah, he told me about what you were into, and I felt because it would be a good opportunity to also feature on the platform. So I
yeah,
think yeah, it's really a good thing. It's
thank
really
you.
a nice initiative. Putting females in tech out there. It's really a good one.
Excellent. And how did you first get into computers and programming?
Okay, so well, I decided to get into computers at the age of 11.
Okay.
So that was the first time I saw a computer, and I started wondering how come it could do stuff. People could do lots of things with it, like ranging from doing calculations, typing documents, watching movies, and doing all those things. But the television, on the other hand, was restricted to just watching movies and all that. So that they do that aroused my curiosity, and I thought, okay, I'd like to find out what makes this thing happen, what makes it work, why it works, what powers it, and what opportunities can actually be leveraged on as far as the computing world is concerned. So that was why I decided to go into computers. Yeah.
Wow. And what happened after that? Did you learn computer programming at school or did you do a course?
Okay, yeah. So in fact, that time I decided that I was going to study computer science at the university level just to find out why, just to get answers to the questions I had. So at the university level, of course, and I enrolled to study computer science, and yes, I started. That's when in my year two, I found out about programming, and I got really interested because so a few of the codes I'd written, ranging from solving quadratic equations and building a little calculator, and I felt, oh, I was so powerful. I could do those things. So I saw how it was, and I really liked the fact that I could create stuff, and that was when the turning point for me. I told myself, okay, this is where I want to be. I'll let's see where this takes us. So yeah, I started pursuing programming full time. Then after which I graduated from the university, and I further okay. Before then, I lost my computer somehow. It got stolen.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it got stolen in my year three, so I couldn't continue. I wrapped up year three, year four, and I left the university. There's this compulsory 1 year program in Nigeria. It's a national service. We have to serve the country, kind of. So during that year, we're paid stipends every month, and I had to save 4 months of my stipends to get another computer so that I could go back to programming. So yeah, and that has been the journey so far, and it has really been interesting.
Wow, that's fantastic. And I'm sorry to hear about the computer, but I'm glad you kept going. Um,
Yeah.
and what do you do now? And
So currently, I'm the technology lead for an escrow payment platform called Vericash. We operate from Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, and we help people transact in a safe and secure way online, specifically offering escrow service that acts as middleman between two people in a transaction. We understand that most of the time here in Africa, people are usually skeptical about paying for goods and services upfront. So we came up with after studying the market and trying to actually find out people's pain points, we came up with a solution which is an escrow service that allows people put their money in an escrow on the escrow platform, and upon when the terms of the agreement of that transactions are met, the money is being disbursed to the receiving party. Yeah, so and I'm currently the technology lead at Vericash. So that's what we currently do.
wow, and you were a co-founder of that business as well?
Yes, please. I'm a co-founder and I'm the CTO.
CTO. That's fantastic. And which is harder to be, a co-founder or a CTO?
Okay, I would say,
Or and which which
well, I'd
which do you
say
like
the
more?
CTO. Okay, so I like my role. I like what I do. I like the fact that I get to express myself and also drive the vision of the company using technology. So I really love the fact that I'm able to contribute my quota and actually solve problems using web technology. So it's not just that. Of course, I love coding, but it's not just that I'm coding for the fun of it. The fact that I'm solving people's problems using what I love doing makes it really, really worth the while and interesting for me.
Wow, fantastic. And being a co-founder means you have to be a leader of people as well. Um, is it? Did you find it hard to be a leader of people, as opposed to when you're coding with computers? They kind of do what you tell them to do, but leadership is very different. It's
Yeah.
more rewarding, but it's harder in some ways.
Yeah, so well, that's really, really true. Although before now, I had run a startup previously, and I was by then I was basically involved with training people to acquire technology skills. So it was a free program across universities, and I had people who were under me who I had to assign duties and tell them, okay, guys, these are the courses or these are the topics you need to take for this session. And I was in charge of finding those people and also getting them to actually deliver on the course. So I think it's not new, yeah, but then it's managing people generally it's really, really difficult task. But then I think the fact that I have had experience before now makes it easier for me to navigate. Yeah, of course, currently I have a couple of persons which I manage and it's not so easy, but then somehow we always find the balance, right? So
Mm.
yeah, I think it hasn't been too bad.
And as a CTO, are you still coding?
Yes. In fact, right, I was still coding before this video, before this
Excellent.
course.
What what uh,
Yeah.
what primary language are you coding in?
Oh, so here, right here, my primary language is PHP,
Okay.
although I also program in Python and Node.js.
Okay.
So, but my primary language is in PHP.
Fantastic. Well, it's great to see you doing some good things in cash. I've got some people in my network who work in fintech, so I'll try to connect you and help you out. But and are you? I think you mentioned you're doing some things to support young women in tech. Are you able to do any mentoring or coaching of young women to help create more women programmers in Nigeria?
Oh yes. I okay. Currently, is I don't currently organize any form of program, but then what I do is I have people on my network who also have younger women who are interested in tech. So most of the times I encourage them to send them across. I talk to them, then we have those conversations and time to where so basically provide mentorship. So usually most of my mentorship session has been online so, but then once in a while, I try to organize a meeting at a point where we get to meet and we talk things through. But most of my mentoring sessions for them has been online, and I try to encourage them, also help them fix um, codes, right? So yeah, so sometimes it's not just about talking. Sometimes I show them, okay, if this is what you're trying to achieve, this is how you go about it. So in terms of coding and encouragement. Yeah, that's I currently do that for young women who are trying to take up careers in technology.
That's fantastic. And is that working? Is it helping to create girls who are going on to study computer science?
Oh yes, I would say okay. So currently, that's one of the persons that I did a one-on-one mentorship session with, right, from Ghana. So back then, she's not really coding right now, but doing the other. She's in the other aspect of digital marketing, content creation, and so she's basically more of like a writer, but writing in the text space. So she blogs, she covers tech stories. She covers tech startups. So she covers stories about startups in the tech space. But she's not actively coding. But there's the other person who, yes, although she's a graduate, she's a university graduate already. So she doesn't have to go study computer science at the university. But right now, she's taking up a coding career. She's currently coding in JavaScript, and
Fantastic.
it's been fun all the way. And there's one I recently started mentoring, gave her resources, and of course, it hasn't been easy with her, but of course, making gradual progress rather.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well done. That's huge. I think it's good to run programs, but at the end of the day, it's right now if you get one individual person to get excited about tech, one young girl, and she gets excited and follows through like that, then that's really great. So well done for that. That's great to know.
Thank you very much.
Is there any advice if there's a teenage girl out there who's thinking about a career in technology? Like, what advice do you give them about what life's like or how to get started?
Okay, so my usual thinking around this is if you want to go into a career in tech, if you want to take up a STEM career, if it's really, really what you want to do, go all in. That's a friend, one of the ladies I mentored at some point asked me a question, which was around she wanted to know how I was able to stay focused on the tech, on a career in technology, knowing the fact that it's usually male dominated. I was like, well, when I started, I didn't even notice it was male dominated, because that was where I wanted to be. I wanted to find answers to the questions I had in mind. So I wanted to be there. So I wasn't really, really saying the fact that it was male dominated till people started pointing it out. So if, as a lady, if you're really interested, if this is where you really want to be, go all in. Just give it everything. Go all in. There's a vast majority of opportunities that abound. So just go all in, and you'll get the rewards eventually. And also, yes, of course, there are times where your code doesn't run, but just keep at it. There are times where you would almost get frustrated. Just keep going. In fact, you have lots of tech communities around where you can always get you can always ask questions. You can always get support you need. Today, it's a lot easier than it was before. So there's really, really no more. We really don't have excuses anymore. If you want to go in, lots of resources are available online. Lots of communities are available to support you. Just reach out to someone. And also, lastly, okay, there's people tend to fall into I call it a pitfall of okay, I tried this and it didn't work, and I'm just going to give up. Or sometimes some people would say, am I really sure this is even working? I've tried to write this code this way, and I don't want to check online. I don't want to check Stack Overflow. Please check Stack Overflow if you have to. The main point is always make progress. Keep moving. Don't stop. Keep moving. So if you want to be here, you are welcome. Be here.
Fantastic.
But keep learning every day and keep moving. Keep growing.
Wow. Well, really powerful message. Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for being a role model through this video for the book, She's Building a Robot. Really appreciate that.
Thank you for the time.
No problems.
Thank you for the opportunity as well.
No problems. And the book I've written is a fiction story about a girl who builds robots, but you're a real woman who's not just building businesses and technology, but building a community as well. So thank you so much for sharing your story with me and with the on my blog. And I really hope to stay connected, and hopefully I can visit Nigeria soon and come and maybe I can come and give my focus talk at one of your events.
Oh, sure. I would really, really love to have you, have you around. And also, whoever, I don't know who will be listening to this or watching this video, but if you feel like you need to reach out to someone, you can always reach out to me. Mike would, he can make my email address available there. If you need to reach out to someone, please always reach out.
I'll put your LinkedIn profile up on the blog post, but that's a really wonderful offer. Thank you so much. That's very, very kind of you. So lovely to chat to you today. And again, thanks for sharing your story, and I hope to stay in touch.
Yes, of course. I'd love to also stay in touch. And so when eventually when the video is out,